What is up, guys? Today I have a LeBron James Ruby card player review. So I'm going to start doing a few of these with the players I have on my roster, as well as some collections that are pretty easy to get, like for instance the Domination, as well as some pretty cheap team collection reward items. So today is LeBron, Ruby card, 89 overall. Currently his highest card, which is kind of surprising, just the kind of stretch he's been on in real life. But anyways, this is his Ruby card, 89 overall. His inside ratings are very high. They're about 95 at least for like the driving layup and driving dunk and stuff. And I'm actually going to bring up all the attributes later in this video so you guys can see firsthand. But one disclaimer I want to say, his inside is pretty good overall. Kind of playing through contact is pretty difficult for him, which is kind of weird because in real life he just plays through it. But his layups tend to miss a lot when there's a defender there. He'll obviously dunk through anybody pretty much. That's no surprise. But the layups is kind of iffy. It's about 50-50 whether or not he's going to make it. And he does have some nice dunks, as you can see I'm using here. But anyway, I think the best part about this card, I think, in my opinion, is his mid-range. He's very automatic, pretty much automatic for mid-range unless there's a guy heavily contesting him. So his mid-range is very good. As you can see, it's pretty easy to get an excellent release on it. Now, one thing about his three-point. So I think in game his open shot 3 is a 75. I'll double check that later in the video. But in game he does not make anything from 3. No matter how open he is, he will not make a 3. And that kind of leads me to question, what's going on, because my 70 open 3 on Jerome Kersey is 50-50. He pretty much makes it if it's wide open, while LeBron can't. So that's kind of, I don't know how to go about that. But for me, LeBron's not making any threes. And like I said, the layups are kind of 50-50. So in essence, this card, honestly, I think he's going for about 50,000. It's not worth it in my opinion. I did pull him in I think just a regular moments pack. So I wouldn't have him. He was actually my first Ruby. I wouldn't have him if it wasn't for that pack. But I'm actually trying to sell him at the moment. I would not recommend this card unless it was dirt cheap, honestly, because like I said, I have my Jerome Kersey that I used with the Blazers collection, and most of those players for the collection were like 500 MT. So I would recommend Kersey over LeBron any day, which is kind of a strange thing to say. I don't know how that came out of my mouth, but and the only other good thing about this card is his playmaking, but that's LeBron anyway. His defense is kind of but Kersey's a lot better defender, at least in this game, for his Ruby card. So I'm gonna pop over to the stats real quick, and I'll see you guys over there. Okay, so here we have the LeBron James Ruby card, and we're gonna go over to the attributes. So his standing and driving layups are 95s, like I said. Very good statistic-wise on paper, but in game he's not the greatest. He's, like I said, 50-50 about. Mid-range, pretty solid. One thing, draw foul is pretty high, 89, but his free throw is really easy to do, and he's got a really good attribute, 90 overall free throw. And I was actually mistaken about the 3-point. His open shot 3 is a 79, which is even crazier. I played maybe 15-20 games with this guy, and I can't recall him making more than like 1 or 2 threes the whole 20 games. So I would not recommend this card if you're looking for him to make some threes for you, because he won't. Playmaking, passing IQ 89, it's pretty good. Lateral quickness 85, that's decent for a defender. And a 43 block, that's just really low. I don't understand that, but Defense ratings are pretty good. Driving dunk 85, that's alright. The Jerome Kersey card that I was talking about that I would recommend over this had a 97 driving dunk. That's one thing that makes him good. So, and stamina 98. That's good. Like on paper, this card should be pretty good, but honestly, I don't think it lives up to the hype. And system proficiencies, balanced 99. I'm currently using the defense one, so 87. That's okay, but you know, from my players, I mean, Bonzi Wells isn't really in the squad, but Kersey, for instance, he's out of position, but he's a really good defender. His attributes might not be as good as LeBron's, except the driving dunk, and maybe some of his defensive skills, but I'm telling you, this card is so underrated, it's not even funny. It's better than the LeBron card, in my opinion. It's a 93 defense tendency, or proficiency. So I'm gonna end this video here for the LeBron part. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, honestly, if you're looking at the auction house and he's up for 50k MT and you're thinking about buying him, I would personally not recommend him. I would recommend trying to go for Kersey or a similar player, because he's honestly not as good as the card suggests he is. So there you guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like button, and also subscribe to the channel for more videos of this kind coming soon. So there you have it, and I'll see you guys later.